Listen to the voice of the Buddha and comprehend the Buddha's teachings. Brothers and sisters are welcome to participate in today's program. To explore life, we've all been there. At some point I meet someone who is a complete stranger. It may be the same sex or the opposite sex. When you see each other, you can't help but look at each other more. It felt very familiar, as if I had seen it somewhere, but I was sure that I had never seen this person. Equally, you will also meet some strangers who make you feel very uncomfortable, but I can't say why. Maybe it's the other person's eyes, movements, expressions, and other details that make you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like the magnetic field between you is right. From a Buddhist point of view, it's really all about your karma in your past lives. It is often said that cause and effect in past lives. But do you really understand this karma? Your wife, your lover, what did they have to do with you in your past life? The encounter between people is not accidental. There is a saying that says, the encounter of this life, there must be causes from past lives. In other words, something must have happened in your past life that had something to do with you. Want to know the person you have sex with in this life, who was in a past life? Let's start with the following story. There is a village called Shangzhezhuang. The village in front of Shangzhezhuang is called Sanzhuan. There is a young man named Zhan Yi in Shangzhezhuang, very handsome. There is also a good carpentry handiwork. He had not yet married a wife when he was 25 or 16 years old. Because it's too picky, there is a beautiful girl named Yulang in Sanzhuan. She has big eyes, double eyelids, black eyebrows, walking twisted and twisted. There are many sisters in the family, and the parents are old. She is the backbone of the family. In the fields, all the work at home can be done. Because it's too picky, Magnolia is 24 or 5 years old and not yet engaged. Someday, Magnolia's aunt made her dowry box, so she often went to her aunt's house to see how the boxes were doing. What is the style? Once when Magnolia went to her aunt's house, Zhan Yi saw her. Zhan Yi except to look at the dowry box. I couldn't help but look at Magnolia's appearance. Yulang couldn't help but look at Zhan. Yeah, his appearance. I think his work is very neat. Their actions were seen by their aunt. I made a matchmaker for them. Neither of them has an opinion. The old man said that the child is not young. Don't be too picky. It's good that I met someone I like this time. Soon, they chose a good day and got married. After marriage, the two were very affectionate. But unexpectedly, strange things happened, one after another. No matter what Zhan Yi usually does, he will always be beaten. Sometimes the two walk together and Zhan Yi walks in front. Magnolia will hit him in the back. When Zhan Yi walks, it doesn't matter how fast or slow. When Magnolia came over, she would punch him and kick him. Zhan Yi couldn't fight back, and he couldn't complain. I always felt like I owed her. When the harvest season came, the couple harvested the wheat together. Zhan Yi cut in front. Magnolia hit him again in the back. Zhan Yi asked why he hit him. Magnolia told him to hurry. At this time, Zhan Yi was not angry. The two laughed again, and just like that, none of them knew why this was happening. One day, Zhan Yi went to work in this Huan. On the way, I met a fortune teller named Wen Bangxian. Zhan Yi stepped forward and asked, "Can you count it as a human marriage?" The half-immortal said, "I can not only count marriage. Today's blessings and misfortunes can be counted." Zhan Yi said, "Then you calculate the karma between me and my wife. If the math is correct, I'll give you double the money." The demi-immortal agreed. They found a quiet place and slowly counted it. Zhan Yi said his birthday. The half-immortal stretched out his fingers and counted. The half-immortal said, "Your marriage was arranged by the enemy in your previous life. You were a horse in your previous life. His current wife is the bridegroom. In this life, you are the horse that was beaten. Your wife is the bridegroom's official who has come to collect debts. Zhang Yi hurriedly asked if there was a way to crack it. The demi-immortal said that there is a way, but it needs to be worshipped. Zhang Yi listened. Quickly take out double the money from your pocket and give it to half an immortal. Only then did the half immortal tell him how to crack it. Zhang Yi returned home, seeing Magnolia hitting him with a broom. He snatched the broom and hit Magnolia. Magnolia was surprised, but in an instant it felt as if the debt had been paid off. Zhang Yi also felt that the debt was about to be paid off. Since then, there is no longer a hatred between the two together. No more fights either. Became a model couple in 10 miles and 8 villages. There is a saying in the Lion Sutra, all sentient beings, life and death are continuous. It's all caused by ignorance. The 4 major delusions are for themselves. Buddhism believes that spirituality is immortal, so there are past lives, present lives, and future lives. All sentient beings are reincarnated in the 6 realms because of ignorance. Our bodies are like the houses we live in. Life and death are just a process of giving and receiving. There are many stories in Buddhist scriptures about past and present lives, but the word reincarnation only came into existence after Buddhism was introduced to China. There are also folk sayings about reincarnation. There is also such a saying in Tibetan Buddhism. In general, after the death of sentient beings, the soul will look for a new career, form a new life. It's like we take off our old clothes, wear new clothes as well. The wife of this life is the one you were buried in your previous life. To repay your kindness, the son of this life is the creditor of your past life. He came to pay his debts. The daughter of this life is the lover of your previous life. It is to continue the unfinished relationship. The lovers of this life are your husband and wife in your previous life. It is to perpetuate endless causes. The cronies in this life are your brothers and sisters in your previous life. It is to give unfinished minds. The noble person in this life is the great good person in your previous life. They came to collect the merits of past lives. The most evil person in this life is the one you were wronged in your previous life. It's to take revenge for the resentment of the previous life. People who can't love each other in this life. It is a person who owes a love debt in a previous life. It is necessary to use a lifetime of obsession to solve the causes and conditions of past lives. Since ancient times, how many people in the world have sung the praises of love? Praise love. Hopefully, love can make people who love each other get married. How many romantic and touching love stories? For example, China's Lian Shenbo and Shu Yintai, Romeo and Juliet of the West. There are countless stories like this. But how does Buddhism explain love? From a Buddhist point of view, love is essentially a combination of resentment and attachment. The so-called resentment is a proactive force, a will from the heart. The so-called attachment is a passive, unconscious force, also from the heart, but reluctantly. These two forces will make love happen. Of course, there are many other reasons why love happens, such as gentleness, prudence, generosity, wealth, etc. For example, a very loving couple, I hope to be a husband and wife in the next life. Even for the rest of their lives, they will be husband and wife and will never be separated. They will make a wish in front of the Buddha. If it is because of war or family opposition, etc., a pair of lovers have no fate in this life. They will agree to be husband and wife again in the next life, because they all missed that promise. So when they meet again in reincarnation, there will be a sense of familiarity. They even soon decided to spend their lives together. There is one more case. For example, someone has received a life-saving grace from the other party, or help the other person pay off the debt, or saved each other's parents. In order to be grateful, I am willing to repay him as a cow and a horse in the next life. So, because of the desire to be grateful, in the afterlife, you may willingly be a woman. No complaints. This sentiment will continue for many lifetimes. From the point of view of karma, if a person is in debt, I can't pay it off until I die, then there will be a force at work in the future. In marriage, there will be a kind of helplessness in man. Why did his wife torture him? But there was nothing he could do but endure the pain. Such a couple will turn into a noisy couple. If they were originally husband and wife in their previous lives, the man abandoned his wife. For example, if you have a new love, or maliciously abandon you, or living alone, which causes resentment in the woman, this karma doesn't care about distance. It will happen as time and space change. In addition, the two have different habits. For example, the concept of family upbringing, etc. It is also related to the involvement of others. Therefore, there will be different forms between men and women. It also constitutes a great love between men and women. So it doesn't matter who you meet, it's all fate. It may take thousands of years to meet once. This is the result of 500 times of looking back at the previous life. It is a blessing that has been practiced for generations. It is karma that can only be obtained in the next life. The depth of the relationship depends on how much that I owe you. The more I owe you, will be with you for more time. The less I owe you, will spend less time with you.